So we are going to answer these 3 questions before us. And to do that, we're going to have to define our function f using our CAS. Now, when defining a function with our CAS, there are 3 ways we can do it. So let's first go through the first way. I'm going to go new. I'm going to go add calculator. Then I'm going to type in the word define. D-E-F-I-N-E space. Then I'll go f of x equals and type this in. So control x squared plus 4 x minus 3 x plus 2. Close my brackets. Then I'll hit enter and it says done. So now when I type in the letter f, as you can see, it is now bold. And if I go f of x, it's going to give me what I've typed in, x squared plus 4 x minus 3 x plus 2. But now, if I want to answer my first question, this is find f of 2. So in other words, I want to put a 2 everywhere I see an x. I could go f of 2. Again, as you can see, my f is bolded, and I'm going to get negative 2 out. So that is my answer to the first question. Let's now do the second question. Find f of a plus 2. So I come here, I type in f, which is bold, a plus 2, hit enter, and I get out my answer. Let's now do the third question, which is solve f of x equals 2. Now, what that means is what is my input going to be when my output is 2? So I'm going to come here and I'm going to type in the word solve. Solve. Open my bracket. Then go f of x equals 2. And I'm trying to solve my x for my x value. So I'm going to go comma x. Then close my bracket. Then hit enter. And those are going to be my 2 answers for x when it equals 2. When my function equals 2, my 2 x values are going to be either this or this. All right. So this was the first way of answering this question. We typed in the word define to define my function. But there is another way we can do this. So let me now come down here, go menu, go actions, and clear A to Z. Okay. So by doing that now, when I type in F, it is no longer bold. It's just lowercase italics, which means it's no longer defined. So what is my other way of defining a function? I could go f of x, then hit control. Press this button right here. So I'm going to colon equals. Now, if I type in what I'm given here, x squared plus 4 x minus 3 x plus 2, hit equals, it says done. So if I type in f now, it is bold, and go f of x, I get that out. And I could go through exactly the same process to answer all my questions. Whoops, that was 2. Negative 2, just like we saw before. And so on. We could do that for the third question as well, but let's not. So the second way to define a function is with this colon equals. So we went control and hit this button here. Perfect. What is my third way to define a function? So let me go actions, clear A to Z again. All right, so just clearing my variables. So now the third way to do it, we're going to open up a new page. So control, and this time we're going to open up a graph. Now, once we're here, we're going to type this in. So I'm going to go control here, x squared plus 4 x minus 3 x plus 2, hit enter. And as you can see, it has graphed it for me. And as you can see, it is f1 of x. So my function is f of f1. So that is just the default way the CAS will do it for you, f1. So f1 of x is this. If I now come back to my calculator page and type in f1, hopefully you can see it is bold. If I just type in F, it is not bold. If I type in F1, it is bold because that is what my graph has stored it under. So as you can see, what I've done in my graph has carried over to this page now. So if I type in F1 of X, I get that out. So I could answer all my questions again by doing that. Perfect. So I've shown you 3 ways of defining a function. The first way we did it was typing in the word define. The next way we did it was by doing this colon equals. And the third way was by graphing it. Hopefully this was helpful and is useful to you in the future.